Welcome to the den, everyone. This is Deszi the Coyote. So I haven't been feeling too good. I had food poisoning, so I wasn't really up for, well, I was, even if I was up for it, I couldn't really do it, any readings or anything. But I'm feeling pretty inspired. I spent some time outdoors today, a lot of time actually outdoors today, and I feel like I should push myself to do this. So I'm gonna do a charm casting today. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited as I am about it. Gonna light some candles, and we're gonna light an incense. I hope whenever this finds you that you guys are doing well, and you know, that you guys know that you're not alone, that you're supported on this journey. I just feel called to say that. Maybe I need to hear it for myself. Alright. We're going to burn one of my little mixtures here. Clear out some energy, call in some great support and guidance from the higher ups. All those beings that help us for the highest good of all. We're going to clear out the energy around me so that we can receive these messages clear and concisely. We're going to clear out the energy around you all so that you're able to receive these messages clearly and concisely. Yeah, I think charm casting is a really good way to help other people sort of use their intuitive nudges to see what they get, you know, see what speaks to you. I think that's really important. So we're going to do charms, we're going to do we're going to get some numbers, and we're going to get some letters. So if anything stands out or speaks to you specifically, take that as confirmation. Take it as confirmation. After we pull charms and go over the charms, I'm gonna pull a bit from my chakra deck, just to see where where chakra information needs to come through for each group. I'm gonna pull from this oracle deck and then the little Lenormand deck. So that's the 3 decks we're gonna use to kind of clarify and just give us more information. I use my own charms casting chart, map, whatever you want to call it. It just helps for other people to sort of be able to pinpoint a little bit better. So it looks like this, and I'll go over individually with each group what each one means. But just, I know, recap, because I know not everyone watches the first little part of the videos. So this one right here is about relationships, not just romantic. It could be romantic, family, anything that has to do with a relationship. The eye right here, this is about things that we need to pay attention to, like kind of like keep your eye on. The star right here, this is encouragement wanting to come through for you at this time. This little symbol right here with this exclamation point in the middle is about warnings. So something that's trying to come through as a warning. The light bulb is something that could be of interest to you at this time. So it could be a sparking of a new idea, or just something that your spirit guides, your ancestors, any of your spiritual team that's trying to help you and guide you, the universe, whatever your belief system is, it's them trying to get you to kind of like spark an interest with that. The door right here, this symbolizes things that are entering or coming into your life. This symbol over here are things that we need to release, things that are needing to be released. You know, we need to stop and release it. This, of course, the 4-leaf clover, this is about luck. So this, if anything that falls in here, it could be symbolizing anything that could be very lucky to you at this time. The heart represents what's in our heart space. So it could just be whatever is just on your heart at this time, or, you know, it could be confirmation. Anything that falls in here could be confirmation for something that you may have been wondering or feeling about, okay? This moon over here is about intuition. So this is information that could be trying to come through specifically intuitively. The hand is something that we need to embrace. Obviously, open hand, right? Welcoming it in, embracing it. The exit, kind of simple there. Things that need to or are leaving your life. Those are things that are trying to exit. This head over here with the brain, things that are on our mind, things that we keep thinking about. And this little figure over here, things that could possibly be affecting your physical body. Okay? Anything, I know you see these outlines. Well, I hope you can see them. There's outlines around each symbol. Anything that falls in those outlines, and some of the outlines crisscross with other ones, but anything that falls inside of those outlines, I read those as if they are pertaining to those energy spaces. Anything that falls outside of that, into the white areas, that's things in our environment. If it falls off the board, I don't read it. It's not a part of the reading. So anything in the white space, environment. Anything in those other spaces pertaining to those specific things. Anything off the board, non-readable. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started with the first group. Alright, welcome group 1. I'm Deszi the Coyote. So we're going to get started with your charms casting. First we're going to pull some numbers. We're going to see what numbers you get. I'll pull 2 or 3. It depends on what comes out. You want to take the numbers and you want to look into them from a numerological or a spirit, like spirit angel guidance, anything like that. You guys, I don't want to give you a source. I want you guys to kind of look it up and see what you can find. So we're going to pull numbers, then we're going to pull charms, and we're going to pull letters, and then we'll clear everything up with the oracles. If you didn't see how from the chart from the first part of the video, I'll kind of go over it briefly as I'm doing the charm casting, so you guys will get it. So let's go ahead and get into what numbers, all the things that help us to the highest good of all. Alright, what message do you have for those who chose group 1? Ooh, double 5s. So 5, 5. We'll do one more. 5, 5, 4. So 5, 5, 4 could be important to you right now. Or it could be something that's calling your attention at this time. So you guys are going to want to look up 5, 5, 4. Okay? Alright, let's get the chart set up and we'll pull some charms and letters for you. Okay, group 1. We're going to clear that energy out. Right quick. Just to make sure we get a clear message through for you guys, okay? I kind of get the energy going for myself when we do the first one and everyone, but I want to make sure I go through group by group and just make sure we're setting those intentions, okay? Okay. So this is our charms chart, group 1. Okay. And these are our charms. So I'm going to pull some charms and we're going to see what falls, and then I'll zoom in and we'll go over it, okay? Okay. So if you didn't hear me or skip past to go to your group, I don't read any of the charms that fall off of the chart. I only read the charms that actually fall on the chart. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, and then we'll zoom in and we'll pull some letters too and see where we're at, okay? Alright, group 1, let's get started. So over here, we're going to start over here in your relationship. So this is about relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic in nature. It could be any relationship. Family, friends, work, any sort of relationship. You guys have the pumpkin and you have the turtle. So I'm not sure you can see that, but there's a pumpkin and you have the turtle. Not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure it's gonna come in too well. So with relationships, I get the feeling that things are moving kind of slow in the relationship area for you guys, or moving at like a or I don't like to say slow. I like to say that things are going at the pace that it's supposed to be going, and it may not be fast. It depends. Some people may say it is too fast, some people may say it is too slow, but I get that things are just going at a kind of like moderate pace when it comes to relationships for group 1. I feel like they're with this pumpkin. I feel like something significant may happen in the fall when it comes to relationships. Something that maybe has been moving slow may kind of like, or maybe that's you perceived as moving slow, or there could be a relationship that you're wanting to kind of like grow or get somewhere with. And I think it may start to pick up or get to the point that you want it to get at in October, or like the fall specifically. Okay. Over here, and what you need to pay attention to, you have the star. There's a star here. There's a green eye. There's a like, not an anchor, like the nautical wheel. So, and then you guys have the pumpkin again. That's pretty cool. So I think there is, or maybe you guys really love pumpkins, I don't know, but there could be something that's gonna come to harvest. Something that's gonna, I mean, pumpkins take quite a bit of time to like grow, but I think something, they're wanting you to pay attention to something that's going to, I think it's going to be bigger than you guys expect. So pay attention to it. Again, I'm getting a lot of fall energy off of that. With this star, they're saying pay attention to being hopeful. Pay attention to being like, you know, like keeping the faith, keeping the hope in the way that things can be. And I think even with this, the green eye, for me, that's like seeing things through the eye of the heart chakra. So far, it's seeming quite romantic or even relationship based, just in general. And I think things are going to go with this wheel. I think things are going to go, I think they're going to go, if you're hoping for things to like pan out and you're thinking this could really be something, I think it will be something. You guys just have to let it run its course or go its course. It's kind of gonna be guided, I think, very specifically. So just pay attention to like the markers you're getting along the way. That's what I'm getting from that. So coming on down to the star portion of the chart, again, that wheel is kind of in what you need to pay attention to and what is being encouraged. I think that's why, you know, pay attention to the markers along the way. I think you guys are going to be encouraged to go in the directions that you need to go in. Whether it's relationships or not, you guys are just going to be encouraged. That's the key, because there's a key here. The key is to pay attention to the signs. I think the signs will be very specific for everyone. But again, I think the signs will all be pointing towards something in the fall, or even the color orange. So pay attention to the color orange. So over here in the warning section, there is this fairy friend over here. This is my little fairy friend. I feel like you guys are being warned about someone or something that you guys keep getting hung up on. And I think even with this little blue car here, that's my symbol for like, it's, so from an intuitive standpoint, I'm getting that this person likes to communicate sparingly, or there's something or someone in your life that pops up and communicates kind of like when they want to, and it seems nice and it seems great, but then it doesn't really go anywhere. That's what I'm getting from this. And because this fairy friend is here, I think it could be a friend, romantic relationship, some kind of partnership. But I'm really getting friend. I'm getting a friend. And I'm even getting like they could have a really childish demeanor, like not really. I get like they hunch their shoulders, or like they don't really, you know, just sure. I get that kind of energy, and it's just like it doesn't move things along. It doesn't help to move things along. So over here with the door, things that are coming into your life, you have the angel. So regardless of what your beliefs are, angels, guardians, they can come in all different types and forms. But I feel like there is some kind of spiritual spirit being that's kind of coming in to help guide you at this time, for a very specific reason, because they're coming in kind of all alone, and I feel like it's to guide you in a specific way. The idea that's coming is kind of like, I get stay on your toes, like stay on your toes with the ballerina shoes, the ballet shoes. Or maybe some of you are into ballet or dancing, and I think maybe if that's something that's of interest right with you, then maybe it's time for you to take that back up. Because even with this crown right here, I get like a very princessy vibe, or queen, or whatever you're into, princess. I get a real vibe of just like feeling real regal or royal about that. And I think if that's something of interest to you right now, take it up. Take it up. Even if it's any kind of dance, take it up. I think it's showcasing because it's something you should take up. So let's see, where should we go next? Let's go to the open palm. So the open palm is about things that you should embrace at this time. You guys have the cabbage. So the cabbage, or this in specifically, this right here is about healthy eating for me, or just making sure that you're practicing a more healthy lifestyle. So maybe some of you are trying to embrace a more healthier lifestyle at this time, or maybe you should. Maybe you should take in more vegetables. There's this little doggy here, and it kind of has a ring around it and a little collar. Maybe some of you are like thinking about getting a new pet, and I think that's something you guys should embrace. Or maybe there's some new spirit animals, guides, that are coming in to help you and support you. I also get that you guys kind of need to embrace at this time not listening to others too much. So that's kind of ironic with this reading, but I think you guys should kind of like, you know, this is my earplug. So this is about closing out what other people say and kind of tuning into yourself. I think you guys need to kind of trust your intuition a little bit more. Don't let so many people have such a say-so over what happens, because I think with this butterfly here and what's coming in, I think you guys are kind of like transforming. And it's hard when you're going through transformations, because you don't feel like you anymore, but you don't feel like the person you're becoming yet. So you can be real receptive to what other people are saying, and I don't think now is the time for that. You kind of just have to let things pace themselves out. And with this palm tree here, I think you guys kind of have to take a break, take more breaks, relax, sit under a tree, drink coconut water maybe if you can. Just kind of relax a little bit more. And you guys also have this wing right here with something that needs to come in. Kind of just let things breeze by. You know, kind of float and just glide with things a little bit more. And again, I think it's reference to embracing whatever sort of angels or guides are trying to come in and support you at this time. With this exit, what's leaving out, maybe you guys, because this cabbage is kind of falling in both, maybe you guys have been or had picked up a new like diet regime, and maybe you guys are thinking about like, oh, okay, it was cool, I'm gonna go ahead and let it go. And that's okay. It's okay if you guys are letting it go. You embraced it, you can release it. You have this shell over here in something that's exiting. I think you guys may have been like or not overprotected, but felt like you were kind of like in your shell, and maybe not like now you're breaking out of it or picking up a new shell, a new home, and trying something new. Because again, over here, you guys have like another butterfly. So I think like you guys are like emerging from a new chrysalis and becoming something else, and the old shell just doesn't fit anymore, you know, and you're getting kind of back in touch with you, or the new version of you. And a lot of the weights, this is my weight, right? So a lot of the weights that you guys have been feeling or enduring, that's leaving too. If you've been feeling heavy, weighted, That's all about to leave. Let's go over here to the mind space. And obviously, there's another weight over here in the head space, mind space. I think you guys, have been feeling pretty weighted in the mind. Something maybe have been heavy on your mind. Maybe feeling, especially with the shark here, maybe feeling like people were kind of like coming for you, or, you know, there's not, like, you got to watch your back a little too much, or it's just like they're, you know, not paranoid, but just like there's people kind of feeding off of you or waiting to feed off of you, and that's been weighing you down. But the mermaid is here too, and I think you guys have to recognize your own beauty and your own strengths in the water as well, like with the shark being in the water. I think you guys have to recognize that you're a mermaid and that's a shark, and you guys both live in that water, and that you guys have abilities and capabilities that you can call upon. For me, the mermaids also remind me of Yemaya, but that's a personal, like, you know, but maybe it resonates with some of you, or maybe it's something that you guys can look into. You guys also have the little Alice in Wonderland rabbit, the one that's just like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, I gotta get there, gotta get there. I don't know if that's gonna focus. Probably not. Yeah, I don't know. He's always like, I gotta get there, I gotta get there. He's running out of time. And I think you guys are just like, time. You know, it's making me jump back over here to the relationships and the interest. It's not too late if you guys want to like get back into some kind of dance. Maybe you guys were really good at it, like champions, reigning champions with that crown. Or maybe you guys thought that, man, this is something that I could really go far in. It's not too late. Like, do it. And maybe you guys are just like constantly like, when is it gonna happen with relationships, or when is this gonna happen like with friendships or something like that? And I feel like it's just like, give it time. Like things will pan out. They really will. So let's move over here to the heart space. You guys have the kitty cat, nice little kitty cat right here, and you have the skulls, the sugar skulls. This for me is a representation of ancestors. So in your heart, you know, I'm not sure if you guys may have lost someone recently, but I feel like it could be heavy on your heart, or just in your heart space right now. And maybe you guys feel like you can't really do things on your own, or you feel a little alone. And I think in your heart, the message that they're sending to your heart space is to stand in your independence. Like, you're able to do this, you got this, and they're with you. They're right here with you, walking right alongside with you. So call upon whatever ancestor you feel called to call upon, and they're right there with you. So over here in this little body figure, it represents your body. You have this tree, and you have the clothespin, and you have this little baby. So I don't know if some of you could be expecting a baby or a child, something like that, with this little baby fairy. Maybe even some kind of new venture, but since it has to do physically with the body, it could physically be a baby. But you also have the tree. The tree is about family for me too, the tree of life. It's about learning. I think trees hold such old wisdom, such long wisdom, because they have long lifespans. And then you guys have this clothespin. So for me, that's about hang-ups, things we get hung up on. I don't know, it makes me almost think, you know, just putting it all together in a way. And of course, this can relate for different people. It makes me think, if, you know, maybe you're having a baby right now, or, you know, growing some kind of life, or nurturing some kind of life, and maybe you're feeling like, you know, you can't do the things that you really want to do. But I think they're saying, still go for it. You know, don't let that catch you up. Don't let it hang you up. You know, still go for it. Don't let that mess with your mind space. Over here in your intuition, that baby is kind of tilted a little bit in that intuition. So maybe some of you are suspecting that you're gonna have a baby, or some kind of new idea, I don't know. And maybe your guys are like, I don't know if I am yet, but intuitively I feel like maybe. And I think you guys should look into that and also trust your intuition, but also look into it to see, right? Maybe your intuition is telling you to check and see. You guys have this guitar in your intuition, and I think it's saying you guys need to rock out with some music, you know, get back to listening to music, things that resonate with your soul, and just vibe out. I am getting a little nauseous, so I don't know if some of you are being affected by nauseousness with your intuition, but listen to your gut. Like, pay attention to your gut. Yeah, it's starting to pass. So maybe that's a message that needed to come through. Pay attention to those gut intuitions. Like, whatever nods. If you feel yourself a little angst or a little anxious, or, you know, something is like, it's not sitting well with you, or it's just spiking you, you know, spiking your intuition or spiking the energy, like, pay attention to that. Your intuition is definitely talking to you. So let's see, did I miss anything? Guys didn't have anything fall in these two. So we're gonna start reading the things that fell outside. So anything that falls in the outside spaces or the white spaces, the things that are not outlined, those are things that are affecting your environment. So let's see what's been affecting your environment. In your environment, you could feel like things are a little bit stagnant with this gray train. That's my train of stagnation. Like, things aren't moving like on the tracks as fast as you would like them to be. You guys have the bicycle. So again, it's not the fastest mode of transportation, but you're still moving. So trust that you're still moving. You got the third eye chakra symbol right here. So again, just referring back to trusting that intuition, what's coming through that trial, trust that, okay? Again, with the butterfly, I think you guys are going through a major transformation. So don't worry if things and people and places you feel like, oh, is this going to work out? You guys are coming through a transformation. Things are going to work out. You know, things are going to come together that need to come together. Let's see what else. You guys have this little pink eye. I hope no one has pink eye, but for me, this is a symbol more so of seeing things through the eye of self-love. Okay, so that's more self-love. In your environment, you guys need to make sure you're reflecting that self-love and that it's being shown and seen, especially now, because it looks like you guys may be going through quite a big or long, it may have been a long process of transformation. Okay, let's see. Over here on the outside, you have a dog, another clothespin. That's the third one on your board, and an owl. I think there's a lot of wisdom and clarity trying to come through in your environment. A lot of signs may be peeking through. And with this dog, that could be a spirit guide, or an actual dog, or like a pet, any kind of pet in your environment that could be trying to even give you signs of encouragement. I know that sounds crazy, but our fur family friends, and they really do try to encourage us, and they send messages from all sorts of beings and sides for our highest good. Okay, there's a lot of hang-ups going on around you, a lot of things that are hanging you guys up in your environment, and I think you guys are working through it, but just try to see it through the heart space and know that you guys are going through a transformation, and that might help a little bit more with the hang-ups. They're warning you guys, remember over here, to not get caught up so much on the hang-ups. Okay, you guys have this blue train in your environment. I think I spoke on it a little bit, but again, I feel like there may be a lot of chatter happening in your environment, a lot of people exercising that throat chakra, and I feel like that could be causing some hangups. Like I said, you guys kind of have to trust, like, kind of embrace, like, closing things out in a little bit more and listening to the self and your guides and your intuition. I'm also getting with this bicycle, like, it could be helpful to go for go biking or go walking, or, you know, just get out and move a little bit more. I think that could be beneficial to you guys at this time. All right, so let's pull a few letters, and then I'm gonna do a few what do you call it? We're going to do some letters, and then we're going to do a few oracles just to see if we can confirm up or give any more messages on what we got here. And again, any of these things that I mentioned, I'm not sure if you can see them too good, but anything that you see or stands out to you or I mentioned, use that as confirmation from your spirit team to you. Charms are so cool and awesome, and I love them because they also speak to you. You know, trust it, trust it, trust it, trust it, you know. So you guys got the heart here. So there's a lot of love coming through for you guys. You have the letter G, the letter J, the letter E, the letter P, the letter Z, the letter U, and another heart. You guys have a lot of love coming through, okay? All right, I'm going to clear this out, and we're going to get to your oracles, okay? Okay, group 1, let's get to your oracles. Let's see what message comes through for your oracles, okay? So I'm going to pull them first. We're going to do some chakras. Let's see what chakras want to come through. What message comes through for chakras? That's a lot. I'll take it. I'll honor it. Message do we have for group 1? What wants to come through? Okay, I'm going to take that. Okay, so you guys have the mountain. Again, I think you guys are going through a very heavy transformation at this time. And I think you guys have to trust the process. I think you guys are getting the intuitive nudges that you need. Trust it. You guys got worry is a wasted emotion. Yeah, all those hang-ups that came through from your charms, don't get caught up on that. Like, you guys you're gonna, again, beautiful butterflies, you're gonna come through. Keep setting those intentions. Keep setting those intentions and reminding yourself that you can do it. You're going to get through this. You're going to come through this, okay? You are coming through this. You're getting through it. You're doing it now. And I know it's hard, especially with this mountain here. I know it's hard. It's a challenge. It's a struggle. And some days seem probably like worse than others, but you're going to get through. Okay, let's see what chakras wanted to come through. What do you feel? I think you guys need to express yourself more. Talk, you know, if there's someone you can talk to that you trust, go, like, talk to them. You know, I really think even here in the den, this is a place where people can build that community to have people to talk to, okay? Join in with nature. Yes, go talk to a tree. I know that sounds crazy, but go sit in nature. Start talking to the squirrels if they come by, or the birds. You know, be mindful of other people because they'll think you're crazy. But hey, you know, do it because it'll help. And again, that third eye chakra, it came out. Like, I think you guys have to start trusting your intuition because I think it's building for you. I think this transformation is really opening up some gifts and some abilities. So I think you guys really have to feel into what's coming through, and you have to trust it. And you guys may do good to join in with nature, recharge, and just get the feel of how things go in nature. Okay? All right, group 1, that's all I have for you. Thank you once again for joining me in the den. I'm Deszi, the Coyote, and I hope you guys come and visit soon again. Bye. All right, welcome group 2. Welcome to the den. I'm Deszi, the Coyote. So we're going to get started with your casting reading today. We'll just see what message wants to come through from your guides, from the universe, whatever your belief system is. We'll see. We'll channel that through and see what they have for you. Charms are pretty cool because you can use your intuition with it too. Signs and symbols may come through that stand out to you and resonate to you. Okay, so use your intuition, use your better judgment, use that discernment. Okay, we're also going to do some numerology or angel spirit numbers, whatever you believe in. We're going to use we're going to pull some numbers. We're going to see what comes out. We're going to see what messages the universe has for you today through numbers. Okay, since we're doing like charms, we're kind of doing an oracle shamanistic reading today. Okay, we're going to use a little bit of oracle. I have 3 different decks. I have my own chakra deck and 2 other oracle decks that we're going to use. I'm going to use this peppermint to kind of cleanse out the energy right now, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay. All right. So let's see. group 2. What numerological or angel numbers do you have for group 2? Okay, we have 6. We'll pull 1, 2. We'll pull 2 or 3. Sorry, 2 or 3. We have 6. We're gonna leave it at that. You guys got triple sixes, 666. So maybe that's a sign for you guys. So if not, go ahead and put that into some kind of search engine, or if you have a book or something that stands out for you specifically, or maybe those numbers are just like, yep, that's the number I was looking for. That's the message coming through for me. Okay, look into that, and then we're gonna go ahead and get your charms set up, and we're gonna pull those. Okay. All right, group 2, we have our charm casting board set up. If you didn't listen to the first part, it's okay. As I go through where the charms fall, you'll kind of get what group is, what these things mean, and what their placements are. Okay, so here's our charms. So Alright, group 2. So these are your charms. Whatever falls outside of the charm chart, I do not read. It's not a part of the reading, so I'll go ahead and remove it, okay? Let me get these set up a little bit more and see if I can get, I think I got you guys as close as I can get you, so I'll probably just get started. Alright, group 2. So we'll start, let's start here. We'll start with this group, this section right here. So this section is relationships of all kinds, all sorts. In this section, you guys have the red plane. The red plane for me symbolizes planes move really fast. They cover a lot of distance and very quickly, right? So with this red plane here, this is a signal of something that's moving fast and covering long distance coming to a stop, a halt. It could be a long distance relationship, but I get that it's kind of going to come to an end, or maybe the long distance is going to come to an end or a halt. Okay, let's move over to the eyeball. So this one right here is about things that you need to pay attention to. You guys have the fairy friend. That for me specifically, these represents a friend. You guys also have a butterfly in the number 4. There may be, maybe the number 4 is significant to the friend, or for you to recognize this friend. Maybe this friend really needs your support with that number 4. I think, especially with this butterfly, they could be going through some transitions, or they could just really be needing some more lighter, carefree times, and they may need your support with that. So maybe, or maybe you do, you know, maybe you need a friend to really support you at this time, to kind of help you feel more lifted and carefree. Okay, so pay attention to that. Call that in if that's what you need. Down here, the next thing, this one's kind of empty. The next thing we have right here is, this is my warning. This is things that, anything that falls in here is things that our spirit team or the universe is trying to warn us about. They're warning you with the button. The button is about buttoning things up, you know, cleaning things up, making sure things are neat and tidy, bringing things together. They're warning you about maybe bringing something together, or trying to like put it together. Be mindful of that. You may be forcing something to come together that doesn't necessarily, might not be best to come together at this time, if at all. Okay, where should we jump next? Let's jump to something, the exit, things that are leaving your life. You guys have this clothespin, kind of in and out. So there may be some hang-ups that are leaving, things that kind of like make you feel like, I don't know what's going to happen one way or the other, or it's like tripping you up. So that may be exiting at this time. You guys have this anchor kind of half in, half out. So I feel like you guys may be things that maybe have been holding you down or anchoring you in or making you feel even support or stable, they kind of may start waning out a little bit more, okay? But with this thimble here, you guys are protected. You guys are safe. But I think that you guys may be, that with that being in the exiting things, I think you guys may be are being a little too cautious, a little too safe, playing it a little too safe. And I think that's why this stability is kind of leaving, because I think it's hanging you up. I think you guys are playing it a little too safe. Okay. You guys have a lot and what needs to be embraced. So you guys might either be very nervous or scared people, and that's okay. We all go through different phases of different kinds. Or you guys may be very I don't want to say rigid and anal, but that's what I'm getting. Like, you guys could be very rigid or what is the word? Like military, very precise people, like wanting to be very stable, you know. They're wanting you with this leaf in the open hand. This one is about what you need to embrace, kind of embrace this energy. You have the leaf. The leaf is about kind of going with the flow, blowing in the wind, that sort of energy, just kind of being a little bit more carefree. Embrace with this message. This is my message in a bottle. Embrace things that there's messages that are trying to kind of come into you. You guys need to embrace these messages when they come into you. Embrace feeling things. I guess with this weight, for me, I'm getting that you guys embrace the weight of what you feel, but still learn to be more carefree with it. If you feel like things may be weighing you down, you still have to learn how to kind of like, yes, it's there and you feel it, but you can't let it just, you have to kind of just learn to go with the flow a little bit, to fly a little more free, even if you're feeling like things are weighing you down. The funny thing is that you guys got embrace the button. You have the button for the warning and the button over here, but they're two different colors. But I still think it kind of stands here. Maybe things are too buttoned up. Maybe things, you're trying to bring things together, maybe that don't need to be together. Maybe embrace other things, because they're two different colors, other things that are trying to come together for your life, you know, or in your life. Maybe embrace that. With this right here, this is a simple for me of just like really hyper focusing. Embrace this focus that and tools that help you focus and get the job done. Excuse me. Caught my throat. Get one of these. Okay. You guys have two cats in the embrace, a 4-leaf clover, a unicorn, and a shell. I think you guys need to embrace more independence. Maybe you guys are thinking about getting a pet cat, or maybe you guys need to be a little bit more tenacious, or, you know, fierce or fearless, you know, more like cats, you know, more, just more feline energy, you know. They still can be very cuddly, determined, and everything else, but I think they're a little bit more fierce in their expressions and just who they are. And you guys need to embrace the luck. We'll get over here and see what's happening in luck. But you guys really need to embrace and welcome in lucky circumstances and chances and just magical things in general with this unicorn. I feel like maybe friends trying to come in too, so that kind of pay attention to friends, right, or needing friends. I think more friends, really magical people are trying to come into your world. With this seashell, I think maybe some water healing is trying to come through and they're wanting you to embrace that. So maybe, or maybe you guys live by a beach or some kind of waterway that has shells, and maybe you need to spend a little bit more time with the water. Or just being at the ocean. Over here in the light bulb, you guys, this is about new interests or interests that they want you to pay attention to. You got the Mask here. And one of the cats is kind of in here too. I think they're calling attention to, like, maybe you guys don't feel so confident in a role. And maybe you kind of just, you have to wear the mask of the role to sort of understand or kind of like embody that energy. I'm not saying be fake or be phony or not be true to yourself, but I'm saying kind of like it's just like, it's your first day on a job, like working anywhere. Like say you're working at an ice cream place and you have to put on the hat, the apron and all that stuff, and you're like, well, I've never worked in an ice cream shop. But you still have to wear your uniform and you still have to learn, right? You still have to go through the process. And I think that's kind of what they're wanting you to pay more interest to. With this door is about things that are coming in. Okay, you guys have a key here, and I know you guys excuse me, I know we haven't gotten to it yet because it's kind of what's going on in the environment. But remember this key, okay, when we get back to other stuff. You guys have a key with a heart, and there's even a lock on the key. You also have this bicycle. So I think maybe more balance is coming in. Maybe you guys want to go bike riding more, being more active. Maybe that's coming in. Let's jump over here to your luck. You have another bicycle. So I think it's about, balance, doing things in tandem, right? I think a lot of balance is trying to come in at this time, especially with that 4. Real solid foundations, right? And it's 2 bicycles, 4 wheels. I think a lot of balance is trying to come in at this time for you guys. So you kind of have to, don't worry about playing it way too safe. You guys are going to be stable, so you don't have to worry about playing things too safe. Right here in the heart space, you guys have the pineapple. You kind of have a wing. You have another cat, kind of a owl, and then the anchor. I think you guys have to trust what's happening in your heart. Your heart is kind of anchored in, and really, I think really wanting to like embrace that cat energy, that fierceness, that, sorry, bumped the table, that independence. And with this owl, I think your heart is kind of seeing that from a more wise, clear perspective, a broader perspective. And I think you guys knowing your heart with this pineapple here, it's going to be, yes, you feel like, it's different from maybe the other fruits, right? Things that you may have done before or experienced before. But it's unique and beautiful, and it's going to be very prosperous for you. And I think you guys know that in your heart. Over here in the moon, you guys have, again, the cat and the owl. I think intuitively you guys know that you need to step into more independence, and you need to step into seeing things from a different perspective and trusting in and learning to trust and develop more wisdom. Okay. Let's move over here to the mind space. In the mind space, we have a heart. I think it reminds me over here, okay, maybe a long-term relationship. I do get maybe romantic in nature. I do think that maybe that's playing a lot on the mind space. And I think they're trying to let you know with this dragonfly and this eyeball, this green eye here, for me, is to see things through the heart chakra, right? I think they're asking you to really focus on what's trying to come through from your heart space. And we can see right here in your heart space, that independence for yourself needs to be claimed. That wisdom for yourself needs to be claimed. That uniqueness for yourself, you really need to anchor into that at this time. Even if you want to be in a union relationship, it's not that it's not possible. It's not that it won't happen. I think right now, you guys kind of have to focus more on being truer to yourself and stepping in your own independence and wisdom and clarity. Excuse me. But before you kind of go a little further on unions, okay, you also have this wheel, navigation, right? I think you guys are trying to figure out which way to go. I think you guys spend a lot of time in your head like, what do I do? Which way do I go? I gotta drive this boat. Which way is it gonna go? And I think with this wing here, I think you guys also think about kind of just like breaking free from that and just kind of flying. You know, maybe you guys are like water signs, so like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And maybe right now it's calling on you guys to like embrace more of that air energy, you know, and not, or maybe even fire energy, and not so much just calling on different energies, not because there's anything wrong with your natural energy, but just so that we can learn different aspects of ourselves in different ways. Okay, because I think with the dragonflies, and dragonflies have been standing out to me a lot lately. The dragonfly here, I think they've been sending you kind of a message of just like, hey, it's okay, like see things from a different perspective, like trust transformations. Maybe you're not seeing things the way that they are, the way that they could be, and maybe it's trying to bring you more clarity. Okay, this space over here, this is about things that could be affecting your physical body. You guys have the butterfly and you have Hello Kitty. Again, another cat. I think you guys need to really truly embrace this more carefree, independent energy, because I think you guys are really going to get a kick out of it when you do. With that Hello Kitty, I think you guys are going to adore it a lot. Like, I think it's going to be something that you embrace and really, it just reminds me of someone, I'm getting this energy of someone just completely changing like their aesthetic, their style, and just loving it, and just watching yourself like transform into this wonderful butterfly or cat, you know. I think you feel this kind of like, that's what your physical being wants to showcase at this time. I think that's what you need to showcase with your physical being. Not because, you know, looks and things matter, but because self-expression absolutely matters. Okay? Let's see what, so anything that fell outside of these little boxes that outline these specific charts, those are things that are affecting you in your environment. There may be some hang-ups. You guys have a lock. Now remember I said, remember the key to the door over here. Something is coming in. The key is coming in. And in your environment, there may have been things that you feel locked out from. But coming in very soon, if not already, is the key to unlock these things. Take it, open the door, see what's there, enjoy it, embrace it. Trying to see if anything else fell out in the outliers. No, it doesn't look like it. All right, pile 2, let's go to your oracles and see what we get. Well, first let's pull your letters. Okay, let's see what letters we get for group 2. Okay, group 2, you got N, U, U, J, U, U, O, C, V, P, the heart, and C. I'm just getting intuitively, again, with all these U's, you need to focus on yourself, okay? But those are your letters, and I'll try to put them up too, so you guys can kind of get a good look at them. But now let's go on to your oracles. Oh wait, there's 2 more. M and H. So let's head over to your oracles, okay? All right, group 2, we have the cards. Let's see what messages comes through. We have our oracle decks. We'll see what messages come through, okay? Got the first ones out. This is my chakra deck. We're going to see what information pertaining to the chakras wants to come through for you guys. I wonder if Sacral's going to come through, you know, really standing in that independence and solar, and we'll see. We'll see. Let's see what wants to come through from this deck. right, group 2. Let's see what we got for you. Oh my goodness. Worry is a wasted emotion. Is there a lot of worry going around in the collective right now? Follow the golden rule. Always love that one. Solar plexus chakra. Low self-esteem, indecisive, control issues, digestive issues. We did see a lot of control going on with group 2. Okay? Maybe really needing to ease up on that. Remember? Don't worry about things so much. Just trust in things. Join in with nature. That's coming out a bit with maybe going for some bike rides and stuff like that. Heart chakra. That came out too, right? With seeing things through the eye of the heart chakra. And crown chakra. Your intuition is really trying to get you, and you guys know it, your heart and your intuition is kind of in alignment, and we seen that with the owl and the cat, of just step into that independence. And I know you guys want to control stuff, and you may not feel, remember it said to wear that mask, you may not feel like you are what you want to be or where you want to be, but listen, sometimes playing dress up until you get it, or like the example I said with the you know, getting a new job and having to put the uniform on, even if you're not familiar with what your role is yet, it's a part of getting familiar with the role, okay? And that self-expression, really stepping into that. Let's see what else we got. Spirit. Oh my goodness. That's the spirit card. And we got the market space. I really do feel like this is about going out and just expressing yourself in your everyday life with that market, and just trying on a new you, not in a building up fake personas and stuff like that, but just let this you that wants to emerge from your heart space, you know, from a true depths of you, let that you come through, and don't worry so much, you know, the fumbles, the bumbles, it's okay, as long as we're following that golden rule and we're treating each other as we would want to be treated. But remember to treat yourself that same way, okay? Pay that to yourself, and spirit is right there with you, and they're helping you, help guide you through all of this, okay? All right, group 2, I hope that was confirmation for you, and I hope you guys were using your intuition, because you guys, we all have it. We all have to trust in it, okay? So thank you for joining me in the den once again. I'm Deszi the Coyote, and I hope you guys come back very soon. Thank you. Alright, group 3, welcome to the den. I'm Deszi the Coyote. So today we're going to do your charm cast reading. We're going to do some numerology, angel, spirit guide numbers. So maybe these numbers stand out to you, or maybe you can type them into any search engine or any books or anything like that that calls to you, to see what other message could come through for you, okay? What other message the universe or whatever your belief systems are want to come through and send you a message through the numbers. We're also we're going to pull some letters so we can see if any of those letters stand out or have any significance to you. And then of course we'll do the charms. Okay, we have our charms in here, and I use my own charm casting chart. So when we would put the charms on here, we'll go through each and every one. So if you didn't see the first part of this video, then that's okay. You'll still understand what these mean, and we'll still be able to get your message, okay? All right, so group 3, let's see what numbers Spirit has for you. What messages the numbers want to come out, okay? I'll pull 2 or 3. So 9. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess you guys are getting 4 numbers. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. So you guys got 9, 1, 3, 3, 3. Okay. So maybe a few of those numbers stand out. Maybe just the 3, 3, 3 stands out, or the 9, 1. I say look into all of them. The 9, 1 and the 3, 3, 3. Or you can look at all of them together. Okay? Or 9, 1, 3. Since you guys had so many fall out. Alright? Alright, I'm going to get the charm chart set up, and then we're going to go ahead and pull your charms. Alright, group 3, so we have our charm board set up for casting, I'm going to go ahead and use this incense to clear out any energy so that we can get a clear reading for you guys. Okay, clear out the energy around me, clear out the energy around you. We want to receive this message clearly, and we want to be open to it, right? Okay, so let's get your charms picked. Sorry if it's loud. Okay. Alright, group 3. So in case you missed the first part, whatever falls on the board pertains to the reading. Whatever falls outside of the board, we clear away. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and clear these away, and we're going to get started. Alright, group 3. Let's go ahead and get started with your charms reading, okay? Over here, this is about relationships. You guys didn't have any charms fall in that section. This section with the eyeball, this is about things we need to pay attention to, okay? You guys have a key. You have a bat, a paw, a wheel, like a nautical wheel. And then you kind of have this lizard or gecko, kind of in, kind of out, okay? So this is about things we need to pay attention to, right? With this bat, it's about perceiving things from a different standpoint. That's what I'm getting. I'm tuning real into that echo sonar kind of hearing, listening, feeling sort of energy. Pay attention to how you may be perceiving messages or forms of communication. They may not be coming from such a traditional standpoint, so pay attention to that. Some just got my attention, so I don't know. Again, maybe pay attention to things that are kind of standing out or calling out in a different way. This is going to be the key to something, so pay attention to that. You guys have this animal paw print. I think that you may be getting signs from a lot of animal spirit totems, or just spirit animals that want to come through and give you messages. Or pay attention to your pets. Your pets may be giving you different messages. And kind of pay attention to the way that things are kind of guiding you. With this wheel, things could be guiding you in a very specific way. Pay attention to that. Remember, it may not come from a traditional way that you're used to with this bat. I feel like it's going to come from a different form. You might have to find yourself being a little bit more quieter, you know, so that you can hear and feel it differently. The next one is the star. This is about encouragement from spirit. With this gear in here, I think the encouragement is to kind of like keep going. You know, gears to me can sometimes mean things that keep going, round and round. I think with this gear right here, it's encouraging you guys to keep going. To maybe, especially because this paw is kind of like, again, with this eye over here and this star. Again, maybe calling on those animal instincts, those intuitive instincts, more baser instincts of just like, not necessarily fight or flight, but digging deep into that animalistic drive and just kind of keep going, press forward. You guys don't have anything in this one either. In the light bulb, you guys have the crab, and you also have it in the embrace. I think there may be a lot of moodiness going on, or a lot of putting up shells or of protection around yourself, barriers of protection, or maybe even being a little bit pinchy with people, quick with people. And I think they're wanting you, being this in the interest space, I think they're wanting you to pay attention to that, in a sense of just like, there may be they want you to take interest in it, just to like, it's kind of funny. I'm getting this energy of just like, pay attention to, it's reminding me of Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob, and he's just like very obviously, you know, crabby, lobstery, but like, he's very much about what he's about. And I feel like he knows who he is, but he also, sometimes he has to like break down and like, okay, help me, like, okay, I'll do it, okay. Like, I think they're wanting you to pay attention to that so that you can like, it can help you spark different ideas in different ways. Again, I just feel like it's trying to open you up to different ways of communication, okay? With this door, you have the hang up, which is the clothespin, and you have the yellow eye, which for me is to see things through the eye of the solar plexus. So solar plexus is about that self-esteem, you know, has to do with, you know, your digestive system too. But I think what's coming in is seeing things through a more, not so much egoic space, but balancing that self with belief in self more so. And I think the thing that is coming in with that hang-ups is that there may be things that are hanging you up when it comes to your solar energy, your solar plexus energy, not allowing you to really utilize it in the best way. So that's going to come in and kind of showcase some things with that hang up. It's going to showcase some things that may be hanging you up, keeping you a little blocked up with that energy, okay? We'll see what comes through for the chakras as well. This over here is about things that need to be stopped or released. This is my fairy friend. This is specifically about a friend or friends. This is, you know, there may be some friends or relationships. This for me is specifically friends that needs to be stopped or released. You know, there may be a friendship in your life where you know or you're suspecting that it needs to be released, and this is confirmation for you that it does indeed need to be released. We're going to jump over here to the palm. This is about things that we need to embrace. Again, that crabby energy is kind of in there with that, with the light bulb too. Embrace your crabby energy. Embrace your shell of protection that you have on right now. Embrace it so that you can learn from it. Okay? Right now, embrace the weights. You have this weight here. Embrace that weighted energy. It's gonna produce something that you're not suspecting. You also have this little dolphin with this ball in it, and I think again this message is kind of ringing true for everyone. And I think it could be just with this summer solstice energy still, and in this full moon energy kind of waning at this time. I think it's just about embracing, being a little bit more playful. And again, dolphins with the communication, right? That really just came in for me, like dolphins with that communication, and they're very social. So kind of embrace that energy and be more playful too. I think that's coming through. And the sunglasses or the glasses, I think it's about seeing things from a different perspective, but also I feel like, you know, embrace being a little bit more cool. Like I get like, be cool, be a little bit more cool. And also just make sure you're, just pay attention to things. Embrace paying more attention to things. I'm feeling like pay attention to communications and just the way that things are trying to go, the direction that things are going. Don't try to control it, just try to pay attention to it more. What's leaving with this owl here? What's exiting, leaving your life? That's what the exit is. Things that are leaving your life. You have the owl there. I think some clarity is leaving. I think some a perspective is leaving. I think seeing things from a more broader perspective is going to be leaving, and that may be why you have to embrace this feeling more weighted, weighed down, because I feel like you guys are not going to, you're going to be like, I used to could see things differently. I used to feel things differently. It's just, it's that perspective that you had is leaving. That doesn't mean that, you know, just let this new perspective sort of set in. So it's okay to embrace the crabbiness for a little bit, but, you know, keep allowing yourself to develop. A lot of animal communication things coming through for you right now. Again, you guys could be air signs with communication. All of them, Libra, Geminis, Aquarius. Over here in the heart space, you guys have the cross. This is like cross with like, you know, some of you could believe or could be Christians, have a Christian faith, Christian, Catholic, any of those things. In your heart, I feel like, you know, that's also about a lot of trials, hardships, just sacrifices and things like that. In your heart with the gears, I feel like, you know, you guys may have a lot of things that just like grind your gears, in the sense of just like, it may really hurt your feelings, you know. Then that may be what's coming in to really trigger you with the hang-ups, like things that really, like, you're recognizing this really hurts. But in your heart, you're also trying to hold on to some sunshine, and it's also in this intuitive space. So I think intuitively in your heart, you're like, I gotta start seeing more sweeter ways. I gotta try to like tune into more, the more sunny, beautiful side of things. You got kind of a little cluster going on. You guys have an angel here in the heart space too. So I think in your heart, you know that you guys have a lot of support, spiritual support, even earth angels. There's support around you in your heart space. You know that in your heart. Again, you guys have this blue car. That's about communication. I think your heart is finding a different way to understand and communicate differently with people, and there may be people trying to communicate differently with you. Let's move on to the mind space. Right outside my perimeter is the mermaid. So you guys have another weight kind of in the mind space and the physical body space. So there may be some things in your mind that are coming through that's kind of like heavy thoughts, heavy thoughts, heavy thoughts. But you guys have this cabbage here, right? This little cabbage patch. And I think they're saying that you have to kind of embrace more healthy thought processes because of whatever could be, what heavy thoughts could be coming in, because you guys have the skull and cross, you know, and I don't know if that'll focus. Nope, too small. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna focus. But you guys have that skull and cross in the mind space, so there could be some toxic or poisonous mental behavior that's happening, and you might want to take heed of that and get that like cleared out and under control. With this over here, this is what's affecting the physical body. You guys have this baby, so some of you could actually be having a baby, or you guys could have some kind of new project or idea that you want to nurture and grow. You also have the screw. I feel like something may need to be tightened up with your physical body. So maybe you guys want to get toned or something, or you may feel like something is screwing with you literally, because it's right next to that weight, and maybe that's making you feel like weighted down too. But I think let's just see what else is coming out. So in the environment, you have a footprint, right? I think they're trying to let you know. So anything that falls in the spaces outside of the outline spaces is what's happening in your environment. So in your environment, you have this footprint, this leaf, this frog, this wheel, and this mermaid, all right here. I think you guys have different kind of spirit guides kind of trying to help you guide. But with this frog, they're asking you to take leaps of faith. Take leaps of faith and transform, and kind of be a little bit more freer with this leaf. Be free in the footsteps that you take, in the path, in the direction that you go. You guys have another flower kind of out in the out layer area over here. And again, I think, you know, allowing yourself to just embrace that more carefree energy, taking the time to stop and smell the flowers, right? That's important. You also have this lizard gecko right here out in there. So that's about changing, shedding old skin. So maybe old forms of communication, gaining new forms, just shedding, again, shedding your shells, different shells and stuff, and just stepping into new energy. But just trusting that, you know, you're going to be guided where you need to be guided, because there's two wheels, you know, nautical wheels to lead the way, to guide you. Trust that. Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay, that looks like that's it for that. Let's see what letters we get for group 3. Okay, so we got the letter E, I, another E, another I, A, C, D, and U. So maybe some of those letters stand out to you. If they do, or maybe it's spelling out something, maybe you get another message from it. Take that into consideration. Okay, now let's go on to your oracles and see if there's any more messages left for you guys. All right, group 3, we're going to get to your oracles and see what messages want to come out for you. Okay, oh, there's the first one. Okay, we're also going to do, zoom out a little bit, sorry. We're also going to do some chakra cards from my own personal deck. See what chakra energy wants to come out for group 3. Okay. And we're going to do oracles from the Lenormand deck. See what messages want to come out. Oh, that was quick. From this deck for group 3, please, and thank you. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Lots of communication, huh, guys? Alright, let's see what we got here. You got be of service. I like that. I like that for the energy that came through, because sometimes when we're feeling heavy, sometimes the best thing to do is to focus on doing something else. And then you guys got to focus on the positive. Okay? And don't relinquish your power. I like that too. Because when things get heavy and things get tough, sometimes we feel like we don't have choices, we don't have options, but that's not true. You just have to find sometimes another way of doing things. And I like it. Kind of following suit with that bat energy and that dolphin energy, learning different ways to communicate, right? So be a service, focus on the positive, and don't relinquish your power. We got meditate. So you guys may need to take more time to meditate, especially because you guys are kind of more in that crabby energy, right? A little bit moody. So maybe just take more time to meditate and work through it. Wow, you got that sacral energy. So and the throat chakra, again, could be air signs, a lot of throat energy, or could just be needing to express, or again, a lot of communication was coming through in that reading. So maybe focusing on, especially with that sacral energy, right? Maybe the new project, it could be about communications of different forms, you know. Maybe you have social platforms or anything like that. Maybe that's something you can focus on at this time. Let's see what's happening here. Spirit. And we saw there was a lot of spirit support coming through. You guys may even have some kind of feminine, motherly spirit guide coming through. You have that heart chakra, you know. You have the fish, and you guys did have the mermaid and the dolphin come up, and then you have the mice. So I think this is like, don't get hung up on those little things, right? Don't get hung up on that. Kind of channel in from that heart chakra energy. Of course, that throat and that sacral, since it's coming in here. Because, like I said, there may be some things in that heart chakra that needs to be healed in the heart space that are maybe weighing you down a little bit. But trust that you have a lot of spiritual help right now to help you flow through the waters of change, okay? But just remember, try to be a service where you can, and try to focus on the positive always, because you guys don't have to relinquish your power. You're just growing and developing more, okay? All right, pile 3, I hope that serves you well, and thank you again for coming to the den. I'm Deszi the Coyote, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye.